reaching out with Eddie. I'm a little bit late because apologize for that. Make sure you tell somebody we got a show coming up. The reason why I'm a little bit late, too, well, then I and Kay, we're gonna go to Montgomery and do a Christmas show. A lot of you probably don't know this, but Kay can sing very well. So she'll be singing for like this will be her first live show. And of course, Tool Belt's gonna be there. He's gonna be doing things. Miss Tool Belt gonna be there. You know what Miss Tool Belt? She back here grinning. I know what you're saying. You don't see her. I see her because she in my head. She heard Theodis Ely play the guitar probably about 15 years ago at one of the festivals downtown. I think John Robert Smith might have been the mayor of Meridian then. So before we ever got our first black mayor and a first female mayor, which was Sherry Berry, the late Sherry Berry. You know, oh, you can't do all that. Boy, I tell you, I've been playing the guitar ever since, and every time I learn, so every time I play, I can just see her grinning. Now, Tool Bell tried to throw up on the bus last night, but I know it was him and not her. But anyway, folks, we're gonna be in Montgomery having a good time. Christmas show. The I guess that'll be the last Saturday, next to the last Saturday in December. But it's December the 21st, so it'll be one Saturday after that, which will be about the 28th. But anyway, welcome. Um, we The title of this show is "We Got to Get Out Our Feelings," and the reason why I say that we have to get out our feelings is because we put our feelings in everything that we do. And I don't know whether a lot of you know it or not, but life started in Africa, and the first civilization was in Mesopotamia. So when you start talking about the first civilizations, and don't let the people that write the story about history fool you, because the Middle East is really not the Middle East. The Middle East really is Africa. Iraq is where Mesopotamia was, and you can Google it. Mesopotamia was the first civilization, the first African civilization. And then you see parts of India is where Egypt used to be. And so that whole part of the Middle East used to be the top part of Africa, the right part up in there, all that used to be Africa. But anyway, I kind of like I just got a message from Lo, and I think I want to thank her for letting me know that Charles Young passed, and my condolences to the Young family. Chuck and I always had a very good relationship. He's representative for the state of Mississippi, and his father was too, and of course his sister, Judge Veradora Young Graham, also someone I know very well. But anyway, folks, I want to send my condolences out to them, and I want to pause a moment uh, giving you guys a history lesson. And so they changed all these names and things like that, and they even put Israel over in Africa. And I can tell you that what they're doing and what Israel is doing is genocide. They're actually killing off an entire race of people because they want that whole area there. They want to control it, and you see how they selectively enforce the laws when you deal with Western civilization. But I want to go back and talk about a person that's dear to my family that passed, and that's Danny. He passed, I think it was yesterday that he passed. And I can tell you, they found him dead, and they say he had been dead for 2.5 hours to 3 hours. I can tell you this, folks, based on the description that my sister gave me, Rhonda, and it was my nephew, Lil Payne, y'all call him Raymond Payne, found him. People was knocking on the door, and I think he had went by there to drop something off that belongs to him, his laptop or something, and he had went before and he didn't answer the door, so he went this time. He saw people leaving, and but when he went up there this time, he noticed the smell, and so it was my nephew to kick the door in, and of course. Danny was laying there dead. Yes, I have the picture, and I'm not going to show that picture, but I do have that picture. I guess my nephew took a picture of him, and of course, the last time I seen him prior to his death picture is that when he was in the hospital and we was talking, and he had bad health, and I can tell you this is that uh, my sister Doris was there for him. She did a lot for him, and Raymond, um, and my sister Rhonda knows the whole family. So I like to extend my condolences to that family and to anybody that care about Danny Evans. Him and I used to do a lot of work. He stayed at my house probably about 20 years ago. I can remember he's been a pretty good basketball player. But anyway, my condolences. There's Chuck Young, there's Danny Evanson. So to the Evans family and the Young family, I'd like to extend my condolences. Now let's get back to my show. Oh, we got to get out our feelings. Because when we get in our feelings, we don't think, and when we don't think, we say and do things that we'll regret later. So we got to learn to get out of our feelings. And folks, I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about like um, Christmas is coming up, so this here is next to the last show. So I'm gonna do a show next Thursday too, and I'm gonna do it on time. I went out of the year. I saw Chapel Hart. I want to talk about Chapel Hart. Sing very well. Those young ladies are very talented, but I was disappointed in the show. The reason why I was disappointed in the show is because it was a Christmas show. I didn't go to see Chapel Hart to hear Christmas song. It's okay if you're doing a show, but I don't think every song should be Christmas. I thought they'd do that country and western song. They didn't do any of that. So it was a disappointment for me. So when the halftime, and then another thing too, is that she do what I have a tendency to do sometimes, is that I talk too much. They talk too much. After about an hour sitting there watching them, I can only remember them doing about it was so it's just one of those moments that you want to forget. I don't know whether they did 3 songs or 4 songs, but that's two. She talks sometimes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes between songs. Too much talking, not enough singing. Too many Christmas songs. And here it is that they have Santa Claus is a part of that show. They only have one musician on the stage, and that's a keyboard player, and I guess everything else is a program. So they had Santa Claus. Well, ho ho ho. Well, we're grown people. Most people, a lot of the children don't believe in Santa Claus. So it wasn't a show that I would recommend anyone go and see. And I don't. It was so bad for me that I don't even want to see them sing country or anything unless it's just so happened they was the I'm passing by and I hear the music, but it wasn't a very good show. But I can say that every other show that I've seen this year was a very good show. And so I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go see Ricky Smiley the day after Christmas, karaoke night. And then that'll be my last show this year's Ricky Smiley. And then y'all hear Too Bad talking. So you don't care much for Ricky Smiley. I do. I'm proud of his success and his talent. What I don't like about Ricky Smiley is that he forgot where he come from. He don't thank the little people. The little people are the ones that put him out there. I'm the one that put him on the map in Mississippi. And it was somebody used to have a club called the Clover Stone that put him on the map in Alabama. And of course, BET put him on the US map and made people like Ice Cube want to hire him. But he never thanked people like Eddie Hope. Or whenever he see me or my family, I always acknowledge and things like that. So I have some stories that he probably could write a book too. But anyway, folks, let's just go on. Oh yeah, we're gonna bring in the New Year's. That's the 1st of December. We'll be at the Comedy Club with Bruce. So we're gonna bring the New Year in Hoover with Bruce, and that's going. I guess we're gonna bring in the New Year. But either way, I want to thank you guys for a stellar year. I want to thank you for your support. I want y'all to continue to watch us. And so now I'm finna get off all that, and I'm about to talk about what it is that I'm gonna talk about. Boy, I tell you, my daughter Lee is about like me. She just sent a new number. She would change that number. But anyway, folks, one of the things that I've noticed is that in our communities, now I can tell you, I've talked about this before. I noticed when I lived in McCalla, I noticed that the Hispanic population, the people that came from South America or any group come in, they don't move into the hood. They move into good neighborhoods and about you've seen them packed in a car. You need to see them packed in a house, but they don't care. And then each will go out and hustle and make minimum wage or whatever, and they'll have their children going to the best school. They're moving to the best neighborhood. Folks, that paradigm has changed. It's been a shift in their thinking. What they do now is that they're doing the same thing that the other people are doing. What they have is what they call urban renewal. The United States government started this program where they offer grants and things like that to go into poor, dilapidated neighborhoods and renew it, revitalize those neighborhoods. But what they didn't, what we're seeing is that urban renewal actually is black removal, meaning that they'll go into the neighborhoods, they'll buy up the property for low prices, they'll go in there and bring in premium real estate. And you've seen that. I've seen places up here, and you can see that in downtown Meridian where they've done that with downtown Meridian. They remove all the black people and basically the black businesses. And I ain't talking about leaving 2 or 3, but they remove all. There used to be a section down there on 2 blocks long, black people's only. But you don't have that. All those buildings been torn down, and you don't have the black businesses in Meridian anymore. You even had a Cal Meets Beauty College there in Meridian. But the same thing went along here. It's places like Woodlawn, Georgia Road, you wouldn't see. Now they have bike riding trails and things like that. Have nice apartments, nice places for them to sit and drink outside. 20 years ago, they wouldn't even drive in the neighborhoods, but now they brought all that up. And so, but now the Hispanic population are doing the same thing that they're doing. They are going into our neighborhoods now, whereas before they wouldn't come into our neighborhoods because our schools are very, very poor and don't educate our children very well. And so what they're coming into our neighborhoods now is they're buying up our properties, and they're going in there because they have all the trades now. They are the electrician, they are the master craftsmen, they are the plumbers, they are doing the HVAC, they're doing it all. So they're coming into our neighborhoods now and revitalizing our neighborhood. Y'all hear too about talk. He said, bro, what about the school system? Here's what you got to understand: that most of their children don't know how to speak English when they go into the class. Even if they do, they are ostracized, meaning that they're pushed aside and nobody interact with them or have anything to do with it. I can tell you that my son Connor, he picked Mexican friends and he speaks Spanish better than I do. He understands it, even when they speak very, very fast. And so, but and of course, I gave him that advice: learn Spanish. But most black people don't deal with Spanish people in the hood, and they go to school while the knuckleheads are in there acting out and not getting their education and fighting and doing all that. The Hispanic children are in the corner listening, doing their lessons and learning how to speak language. So they might get their high school diploma in a hood school, quote unquote. But what they would do is they would go on to a stellar university, and white people go to our university, don't even have to pay for tuition. Isn't that ironic? How because they can go to an all-black college and get free tuition. It used to be like that. I have to check and see if it's still like that. But we can't go to an all-white college and get tuition. I believe in tit for tat. But anyway, folks, I just thought I'd put that on to you. I don't have anything to say now. I want to say this is that don't look, you're dissatisfied with Jimmy Smith. Okay, I get that. But why would you go back and say anything is better than Jimmy Smith? Okay, well, let's go get John Robert Smith. Let's go get anybody. Let's just think of somebody. Folks, we just remove from office and for without reason. And okay, y'all here too, but just won't let me do my show tonight. He's talking about, look at Donald Trump. He was reelected. But folks, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm kind of impressed. I think Donald Trump gonna do real good. I'm just telling you now. I think he's gonna do very good. One thing I can say is that he's a winner. You can say what you want to. Donald Trump is a winner. He knows how to win. He knows how to bend people to his will. He knows how to make people do things. Well, the man's a billionaire. However, he got it. And so I just got to say that I think Donald Trump going to do a great job. Elon Musk, they say he's a shadow president. Well, one thing I do know, whether he is or he ain't, he's not. I got to say this about Donald Trump. I admire Donald Trump's loyalty. Do you know that he is loyal. He stand by people that stand by him. I admire that. And that's the reason why I said that we have to get out of our feeling. Look how Herschel Walker now is the ambassador for Guam. Wow. And somebody else. I mean, so you can look at everybody that supported him, everybody that spoke up for every last one of them. He did exactly what he said he was going to do with the Kennedy guy, with Robert Kennedy's son. He did exactly what he said he was going to do with the governor of Florida. Donald Trump is a man of his word. and he stand by his friends, and he's very he advocate loyalty. I admire that, and I understand that shit. We gotta learn to do that. We gotta learn to get out our feelings. Get mad, but don't let your feelings cause you to do something irrational like giving Percy Bland the damn job back. There's no way that Bama should ever be mayor of anything. He was the most corrupt mayor we ever had in the 21st century and the 20th century and the 19th century. Okay, I ain't gonna go all the way back to it. Might have not been a city meridian in the 19th. It was. I think it was the 1800s, when 19th century, but not in the 18th century. But either way, folks, we cannot go back to the past. We need to change. I agree. We need to change, but we don't need to go back. The only reason why I want to change Jimmy Smith up out of there, because Jimmy Smith had the opportunity to end that stuff between me and Lowe, and he did not. And he knew the shit was fake. He knew it was bullshit. Person lying ass is talking about he didn't have nothing to do with it. Person, you're a damn lie. You're a lie, and the truth ain't in your lying ass. Any of y'all listen at that lying, long, tall, lanky devil telling you he gonna do this and do that, when he gets you, he ain't gonna do shit. He lied to everybody he ever talked to. When I helped him, he lied to me. When Lowe helped him, he lied to her. He finally gave her a job and stuck her ass in a closet. The old Magnolia Teen Center, and then eventually found a way to fire her. He's a lie, and the truth ain't in his ass. If y'all gonna believe anything that lying ass nigga say, then y'all are a bigger fool than he is. I'm just telling you. And get mad at me if you want to. Person, I'm gonna do all I can. See, I got the key to the store now because you need votes. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep your ass from getting a single vote, so you can really, you live in Hoover. I'm gonna investigate your ass like you investigated me. I'm gonna tell them not to goddamn certify your ass because you don't live in Meridian. You live in Hoover. I was on the highway with your ass when me and you both were headed to Birmingham. You were going home to your family if you still got a wife. But either way, or wherever it is, we're gonna get your ass moved up out of Meridian, Mississippi. You need to get the fuck up out of there anyway. Yeah, you're a long, tall, lying, lanky, corrupt ass person want to get them drugs off the interstate, folks. That's what he want. Jimmy Smith ain't doing that. Jimmy Smith ain't taking drugs off the interstate. Yeah, he's arrogant. Yes, he love white folks. He's entitled to white folks. That's what I don't like about him. And the fact that he gave Dustin Markham, who's God Jr. job, I thought it would have been okay, but he's one of the worst judges the city of Meridian never had, and his ass needs to go. And the fact that Jimmy Smith can't send his ass down the road before January 1st, 2025, he needs to go too in 2025. So let's get all them Bamas up out of there in 25. But we can't bring a Bama back in. Shit, I want to retire. Please help me retire, folks. How you can help me retire? Don't bring Percy Bland sorry ass back up in there. If he go back in there, Percy Bland ass gonna go to jail. The feds let his ass go the first time. They ain't gonna let him go this time. And Ike Brown, you all be ashamed of yourself bringing Percy Bland, trying to help Percy Bland to bring back. Come on now, stay up in Knoxville. Oh, you heard too bad. How you gonna tell him to stay up in Knoxville County? You won't keep your ass in Jefferson County. Well, I don't know whether Ike Brown he don't have any brothers down there. He might have some family down there. And again, since we all can anyway. Anyway, folks, I kind of went off on a tangent. I thank y'all for watching. Thank you for listening. I want to wish everybody the coming year be great for you. Happy holidays. But let me go back. Y'all let that nigga Percy Bland come in the office. His ass need to go and stay gone. Now I'm fixing to check and see, do I have any comments? This thing like it didn't want to work. And then we gonna see what to say. Ken Lightner, that's my Ken folks. Yeah, and you know what? And I agree, but I can tell you this, fam, is that there's no way that Donald Trump would be president of the United States had black folks not voted for him and supported him. The Democrat has not done anything for us. And that's one of the things that we got to stop doing. It doesn't matter whether the person is Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian, or whatever else. What we need is people that are going to do what they say they're going to do. We shouldn't give anyone a job because we like how they look or we dislike the other person. How about let's look at their report card? Percy said, read New Vision. He pulling the same shit Jimmy Smith pulled. Jimmy Smith didn't say, he said, we can do better. but he never did say what he never gave you a platform saying what he was going to do. He never identified the problem. Person Blaine, this is what I challenge your line ass to do, is to identify the problems that the Meridianites are having and what it is that you're going to do about it. Now that's rational. That's intelligent. That's what we want to do. And everything, I'm reading what my fam say, and he's right. Trump was never called a racist until he ran for office. But one thing I can say, one person that did not do anything for black people was Barack Obama. He did not do one thing for black people. Tell me what he did. Bragging that he wasn't even all black. He was half. We could have said he was white. If we can say that he's black, we could also say that he's white, because he had a white mom and a black dad. And Bill Clinton didn't do anything for black people either. Now they tell me he's the first. Oh, no. He's the one that did, I think, the 3 strikes you're out came under his administration. Also, you had to work on with you receiving any kind of public assistance. He did those things. So let's just start looking at things, folks. I want to wish all of you a happy coming new year. And I'm fixing to get off this thing. Tell somebody. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day. All right, fam. Love you.